I remember reaching out to my dad and being like, how about if I went to the University of Iowa? And he was like, I love Iowa.
I like to say I bleed black and gold, so there was nowhere else I wanted to go.
Growing up, I was always a Hawkeye.
I love the look of this campus.
I love the college town, love the atmosphere, the people here.
I think the most surprising thing about the University of Iowa to me was just the community.
The University of Iowa really brings everyone together.
It's really fascinating to see how many people have so many different passions in so many different directions.
Everyone here wants you to succeed, and there's so many resources that you don't even realize are available to you.
My first few classes, I was like nervous. You know, I've never done this before. I'm out here by myself. But like the teachers, the staff, the students that were in my class, they're also like really nice and understanding.
When you get a classroom full of people from a whole bunch of different backgrounds, you learn that there's a ton of different ways to approach a single problem.
I think the greatest sense of belonging that I found on campus was finding my passions and finding ways to pursue that.
I moved out here and I met some of the most incredible artists I've ever thought to have met in my life.
Woo! I feel like I did a lot, but I feel like maybe I could do more. You know, it just felt like opportunity after like opportunity. I want to thank my mom, my dad, I want to thank my little sister, I want to thank my advisor. Thank y'all all so much. Without y'all, I wouldn't be able to make it this far in my education and my career, and I love y'all all so much.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad and my sister for always accepting my abstract perspectives on the world and the way that I see my art.
The professors in the sport and rec management program, their insight has been huge to me professionally growing. There's some therapy dogs on campus that I really appreciated. Seeing some dogs, because I don't get to see my dogs that often.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad. They are so supportive of me, and just all the friends and community I've created in Iowa City. I truly couldn't have done it without any of them.
Gathered family and friends, if you are able, please rise for the academic procession. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts in Economics, the Bachelor of Business Administration degrees from the Tippie College of Business have gathered to celebrate commencement. All are in their places. These proceedings are hereby called to order. You may be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Tippie College of Business and Professor of Management and Entrepreneurship, Dr. Amy Christoph Brown.
Thank you, Associate Dean Keene. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Tippie College of Business and the University of Iowa, I welcome all of you, graduating seniors, family, friends, faculty, and staff of the college, to this commencement in this beautiful space, Hancher Auditorium. All of us here are proud of our university, our college, and especially today of these graduates. This commencement allows us to honor their accomplishments. We come together to celebrate and reflect upon an important milestone in the lives of these students, the completion of their undergraduate education. Today, many emotions fill this auditorium. For our graduates, those feelings range from the thrill of celebration to the uncertainty of what lies ahead. For parents and spouses, the emotions include pride, certainly, and perhaps in some cases, a profound sense of financial relief. For all of you in the audience, we share your pride. Soon, your students will become our alumni, and we can't wait to see the impact that they will make in this world. Thank you for supporting their choice to attend Iowa and the Tippie College of Business, and all that you have done to make it possible. Your guidance, understanding, and compassion, your confidence in their abilities, and your unwavering love and support have all been essential to their success. For all that you have done to support these graduates, we offer you our deepest thanks. Before proceeding further, I would like to introduce the faculty and guests that are joining us today to honor our graduates as they earn their degrees. Please stand when I introduce you. Joining me on the platform today, Alexandra Nika, Associate Professor of Instruction and Director, Undergraduate Studies in Economics. Jason Glass, Assistant Professor of Practice in Management and Entrepreneurship. Brent Pritchard, Assistant Professor of Practice in Finance. Maria Turner, Managing Director at AREIT, LLC. Charles Keene, Associate Dean, Undergraduate Program and Professor of Instruction in Marketing. Barbara J. Wilson, President, the University of Iowa. Greg Hall, Assistant Professor of Practice and Director, Undergraduate Studies in Accounting. Mike Redmond, Assistant Professor of Instruction in Business Analytics. Rob Rowenhurst, Associate Professor of Instruction and Director, Undergraduate Studies in Marketing. Please join me in thanking these individuals. We also have joining us in the audience today serving as marshals, John Garfinkel, Henry B. Tippie Research Professor in Finance. John, where are you? There we go, John. And coming out of retirement for one night only, Tom Walsh, retired Associate Professor of Practice and Director, Undergraduate Studies in Marketing. Tom. I would also like to give special thanks and recognition to the members of the Iowa Brass Quintet. On trumpets, Joshua Levy and Ignacio Perez. On horn, Matthew Silva de Souza. On trombone, Dr. Jonathan Allen. And on tuba, Professor John Manning. All of today's proceedings will be interpreted by Hands Up Communications. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce our speaker today. Maria Turner is a managing director at AREIT LLC, a fast-growing global management and technology consulting firm. She has advised more than 70 health plans, led the evolution of AREIT's healthcare payment intelligence practice, and served as a founding executive sponsor of AREIT's Women's Initiative Network. Prior to joining AREIT, she was a manager at Arthur Andersen & Company, where she provided audit and consulting services to privately held companies in a variety of industries, including the transportation, professional services, and nonprofit sectors. She later served as Chief Financial Officer of Club Colors, a global brand management solutions provider offering a comprehensive portfolio of high-quality promotional products and branded apparel. Maria is a member of the Women Business Leaders of the U.S. Healthcare Industry Foundation. She is the 2020 recipient of Consulting Magazine's Women Leaders in Technology Excellence in Leadership Award and the 2024 recipient of ALM Women Leaders in Consulting Lifetime Achievement Award. Maria graduated from the University of Iowa in 1986 with a BBA in accounting and is a certified public accountant. In addition to serving on the Tippie Advisory Board, Maria is also a member and former chair of the Tippie Professional Accounting Council. She is the 2023 recipient of the University of Iowa Outstanding Accounting Alumni Award. Maria is originally from Northwest Iowa and now resides in the suburbs of Chicago. She and her husband, TR, have 2 adult children. Please join me in welcoming Maria Turner.
Graduates, family, faculty, and friends, welcome. And to the class of 2025, congratulations. Today marks an extraordinary milestone in your lives, and it is truly an honor to share this moment with you. As you sit here today, you may be feeling proud, excited, relieved, and maybe just a little bit uncertain. You're stepping into a world that is fast-moving and complex. Scroll through your newsfeed or your social media, and it can seem like everything is changing all at once. But here's what I want you to know. This is an extraordinary time to begin your career. The world is full of possibility, and you are prepared to seize it. Every generation hears some version of the same message, that the world is more uncertain than ever, the future is fragile, and that opportunities are shrinking. I heard it growing up in the 1970s, when concern about energy shortages, global conflict, and the impending ice age, yes, I did say ice age, dominated the headlines. Yet, what history consistently shows is that people adapt. Over time, quality of life improves, innovation accelerates, and opportunity expands, not because circumstances are perfect, but because individuals like you choose to solve problems, develop new ideas, and lead with optimism. Progress is real. Life expectancy is higher, extreme poverty has dramatically diminished, and access to education is widespread. And now you are stepping into a world where your ideas, your energy, and your leadership will accelerate this progress even further. My own journey started far from a commencement stage like this. I grew up on an Iowa farm that's near a town with less than 500 people. Some of my earliest lessons came from walking beans and detasseling corn. Hard work that taught me responsibility, discipline, and perseverance. In 1982, I arrived at the University of Iowa as a first-generation college student. Like many of you, I did not have a detailed roadmap. What I did have was curiosity, a willingness to work hard, a positive attitude, and the belief that education could open doors. After graduation, I was recruited to Chicago as a CPA at Arthur Andersen, which at that time was the world's largest privately held company. Those early years were demanding, sometimes a bit overwhelming, and incredibly formative. I built lifelong friendships, and I met my husband, and I learned that growth often happens when life is moving faster than you ever expected it could. What I could not have predicted then, and what many of you may not realize yet, is that careers are rarely straight lines. They evolve, they pause, and then they restart. And each chapter builds skills and perspectives that will matter later, even when it doesn't feel like that at the moment. Over the course of my career, I have seen extraordinary changes, especially in technology. When I started on my professional journey, much of the work was done with pencils and paper and using handheld calculators. There were only a few computers in our department, and data lived on floppy disks. Since then, I've watched technology reshape at nearly every aspect of business, from desktop computers and spreadsheets, to laptops and the internet, to cloud computing and advanced analytics, and now to robotic process automation and artificial intelligence. Today's iPhone holds 28 million times more memory than my old calculator. Wow, what a reminder of just how far technology has come. Today, you are graduating into another moment of transformation. AI and automation are already changing how work is done, but it will never replace human ingenuity. Every technological leap creates new roles, new skills, and new methods to contribute in ways that we cannot yet imagine, elevating the importance of human judgment, creativity, ethics, and leadership. The most exciting changes are still ahead of us, and you, graduates, will be the innovators that shape what's next in business, technology, and society. As you begin this exciting new chapter, I'd like to offer 5 tenets to help guide your success and growth. The first is a proverb. It's known as the Golden Rule. Do unto others as you'd like them to do to you. Listen carefully and lead with empathy. The way you show up for others will define your reputation more than any title ever will. The second tenet comes from the Arthur Andersen mantra: think straight, talk straight. Critical thinking and clear communication create trust, and trust is the foundation for every strong team and organization. The third tenet is rooted in the Greek word arete, which is the inspiration behind my company's name, Arete. It embodies the pursuit of excellence, goodness, and virtue in all that you do. Not perfection, but commitment to doing the work with care, integrity, and pride, especially when no one else is watching. The fourth, as I learned on the farm, bring a strong work ethic. Be willing to learn, to stretch, and to show initiative early in your career. Come in early and stay late. Be seen, both in the office and on camera. Embrace change and take on responsibilities, even if they're not in your job description. Effort gets noticed and curiosity opens doors. And finally, have a positive and enthusiastic attitude toward whatever comes your way. Believe in your ability to figure things out. You do not need to have every answer today. What matters is resilience, optimism, and the confidence to take the next step. Or, in the words of my uncle, Jim Weiss, proud Tippie alum and recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award, possess the Iowa can-do attitude. It is infectious. It can uplift, inspire, and encourage others to also reach their maximum potential. The Tippie College of Business has prepared you well. You have learned to think critically, work collaboratively, communicate effectively, and adapt in a changing environment. Be confident in that preparation. Success will not be measured by promotions or job titles alone. It will be measured by the impact you have, the relationships you build, and the integrity you bring to your work. And as you move forward, remember that success isn't just about what you achieve. It's also about how you invest in others. By sharing your time, talent, and treasures with Tippie and the university, you help to shape opportunities for generations to come. Through my service on Tippie's Professional Accounting Council and the Tippie Advisory Board, I've seen firsthand the power of giving back, and I invite you to join me. Remember your roots and pay it forward. As you leave here today, take pride in all that you've accomplished and have courage in what lies ahead. Carry with you the values that you've developed here. Stay connected to the people who supported you and remain curious about all that is possible. We can't wait to see the mark that you'll make and the change that you will inspire. Wherever your journey takes you, wear your black and gold and wear it with pride, and let the whole world know that you are a Hawkeye. Onward ever, backward never. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Maria, for your inspiring remarks. The business world expects great things from Tippie graduates, and from what I know of them, our graduates have what it takes to meet and exceed those expectations. Now, Maria just talked about positive personality. In over 20 years in higher ed, I have never met a consistently more positive personality than today's student speaker. It is my pleasure to introduce today's student speaker, Jordan Johnson. Jordan Johnson was born and raised in Davenport, Iowa. She is graduating from Tippie with a BBA in entrepreneurial management. During her time at Tippie, Jordan served as a mentor and coordinator in the BizEdge mentorship program. She co-founded Black in Business Student Organization and served as VP for 2 years. Every summer, she has served as a Tippie Gateway mentor, helping high school juniors increase their understanding of business. She was also an associate librarian at the Pomerantz Business Library for 3 years, or otherwise known to our students as the Biz Hub. Her contributions to the Tippie community were recognized with the Tippie Top 21 Award, which honors students who exemplify leadership, academic achievement, and service. After graduation, Jordan will be moving to Chicago, Illinois to pursue a career in sales. Jordan Johnson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, distinguished guests, faculty, friends, and families. I'm honored to be standing before you today, and to my fellow graduates, congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause. All right. If you know me, you know I don't sit still very well. I've spent the past 4 years as a student, a program coordinator, an associate librarian, and working in a restaurant, sometimes all in the same day. When I first stepped into the Tippie College of Business, I thought success was about checking off all the boxes. Straight A's, internships, leadership positions, and knowing exactly what you want to do for the rest of your life. After doing some reflection, I realized that Tippie has taught me something powerful. Success doesn't happen by yourself. It's built through community, through people who believe in you when you're still learning to believe in yourself. When I worked at the business library, better known as the Biz Hub, I sat at my desk and I did my fair share of people watching. When I clocked into work, I felt like a fly on the wall. I have seen study groups crack open Red Bulls at 8 p.m. with a bag of Chipotle to start studying for exams. I've seen business frats gathering before chapter. I've seen the student orgs planning their next social. I've heard the pep talks before the interviews and the debriefs after. Being this fly on the wall allowed me to see different perspectives other than my own. I discovered that community is the foundation of every meaningful success story. I found my community through the Biz Edge mentorship program, which was introduced to me by my advisor, Gabriela Rivera, and that became the foundation of my academic career. I was surrounded by high-achieving students who were welcoming and encouraging. Biz Edge was how I heard about the Tippie Gateway program and formed a relationship with Dean Keen and AKB, where ultimately I met Todd DeGraff, who hired me as a student worker at the Biz Hub. It's how I found my summer internship sophomore year at the University of Iowa Center for Advancement that later allowed me to attend President Wilson's tailgate. It's how I found Black in Business and served as VP for 2 years. And it's how I heard about case competitions and got the opportunity to travel and compete nationally. This all allowed me to receive the Tippie Top 21 Award. All this to say that Tippie isn't just a college, it's a community of people who care about one another's growth. I encourage everyone that if you've had a hard time finding your community, make one. That is what I did with the Black in Business student org. It was previously a program that my friends and I turned into a student org to preserve the annual Black in Business networking dinner. When transitioning the program, we had to build a student body. So through hosting and marketing our professional development events, we created a community of our own. And it has been a beautiful thing to be a part of. And as I can, with that being said, don't be afraid to start something new. People will naturally gravitate towards those who share similar interests, values, and goals. So don't hesitate to start that new club or new group because there are people out there waiting and wanting to be a part of something that you will create. And as I continue to grow, I find myself returning to one core lesson that my mom taught me long before college. She taught me that life is about balance. And it's through community that we share both the weight and the joy of this journey. Balance between ambition and gratitude, between chasing dreams and being present for the people who made them possible, between who we want to be and who we already are. People have told me that I do a lot, 3 jobs, classes, internship roles, but the truth is each one gives me balance. The Biz Hub grounded me in my academics. The restaurant allows me to take space to breathe and just hang out with my friends. And Biz Edge allowed me to pour into the students, into the community that shaped me. Those roles didn't overwhelm me. They fulfilled me in different ways. The same courage it takes to get involved now is the same courage that will help you find your people and find balance after graduation. So join that business resource group your job will offer. Join that book club, the cooking classes, rec league, or even comedy club. Whatever sparks your interest, lean into that. Because these spaces can feed your creativity and even your need for a good challenge. Because there's more to life after college besides your career. So seek activities and roles that fulfill you in different ways so that you find balance and community in this next chapter. And finally, a good way to find community and balance is to give back. The summer of 2024, I interned for the University of Iowa Center for Advancement, and I had the opportunity to meet with donors to the university and learn about their affinity with Iowa. Some donors were funding scholarships, others were funding departments, and even coaching positions. You don't realize how much of what we as students use every day was given to us by our generous alumni. My professors and mentors are people I might have never met if their role wasn't funded by a donor. And I wouldn't have been able to travel and compete in these case competitions if it wasn't for donors. I say this so that when you reflect back on your time at Tippie, you think about all the resources you had and the opportunities that you had thanks to people who gave back to us behind the scenes. One day, I will be one of those alumni that are able to provide future students with the resources that they want and need. Also, giving back doesn't always mean writing a check. You can give back your time, your energy, and your story. Come back to campus, speak at events, and pour into the students that are now walking the same halls that you once did. That kind of impact, helping others see what is possible, cannot be measured in dollars. And remember, giving back isn't limited to Iowa. Pour into any community that has poured into you. I want to say thank you, God, and my family for all of the love and support you have given me. I want to say thank you to Gabriella for being my advisor and mentor and pushing me to do things like this speech. And thank you to all my friends that have made college the best 4 years of my life. And as we step into this next chapter, whether it's a new job, a new city, or a new dream altogether, please remember this lesson. Lean on your community, find balance, and give back. Because success is not about reaching the top. It's about how you climb, who you bring with you, and who you become along the way. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it, and I am so proud of every single one of you. Thank you, and go Hawks.
Congratulations, Jordan. The Tippie College of Business awards degrees with highest distinction to students in the highest 2% of the graduating class, with high distinction to students in the next highest 3%, and with distinction to students in the next highest 5%. Distinction is designated by gold stars worn on the left sleeve. As I call each group of students, please rise to be recognized. Audience, I ask that you hold your applause until we have recognized all of the students. Will those graduating with distinction please stand? Will those graduating with high distinction please stand? Will those graduating with highest distinction please stand? Please join me in congratulating these students. We would also like to recognize the students who are graduating with university honors. Will those graduating with university honors please stand? Please join me in congratulating these students. Membership in Beta Gamma Sigma is the highest recognition a business student can earn. To be eligible for membership, students' individual academic ranking must place them in the upper 10% of the junior class or in the upper 10% of the senior class. Will those graduating as members of Beta Gamma Sigma please stand? Congratulations. And finally, we also recognize students who undertook 4 or more multiple hands-on learning experiences through our Tippie Rise program. Would those students graduating with 4 or more Tippie Rise experiences please stand? Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts in Economics please rise? President Wilson, these candidates, having completed all the requirements for their degrees, and are recommended to you by the faculty of the Tippie College of Business for the conferring of this degree.
Thank you, Dean Christoph Brown. On recommendation of the faculty of the Tippie College of Business, and by the authority vested in me by the Iowa Board of Regents, I confer on each of you the degree Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Arts, as qualified and designated. Congratulations.
That makes it official. And now, will the graduates please be seated? And Charles Keene, Associate Dean of the Undergraduate Program, will now recognize the graduates individually. Graduates, you will cross the stage, get your photo taken backstage, and return to your seat. I think you're actually getting your photo taken up here. Ignore what I just said. We'll get your photo taken front and center, right in the middle of the stage. Will the marshals, all right, marshals are already doing their job. I think we know what to do.
Jordan Bliss Johnson. Faith Lilly. Ava Monahan. Reagan Van Wy with distinction. Emily Sanders. Madeline Jean Van Zant. Haley Ann Hobson. Kathleen Ripley. Jordan Klein. Maisie Elizabeth Cowman. Brooklyn Sky Whitford. Jessica Howe. Gabriel Rubio. Rodrigo Reich Lozency. Jacob Cal Mulisig. Michael Schrader with distinction. Madison May Hall. Alexis Durango with high distinction. Carter Matthew Lavelle. Zachary Jacob Zawolinsky. Preston William Eisler. Kaylin Rose Streetel. Chloe Sophia Rooney. Kylan Diane Boundus with distinction. Kenna Pesta. Riley Braxick with high distinction. Allison Zahn with distinction. Thomas James Stroud with University Honors and highest distinction. Madison K. Marie Jackson with University Honors. Lily McCaw. Austin Lanterman's highest distinction. Andrew Joseph Altmans with University Honors and high distinction. Kayla Olson with distinction. Sean David Holmes. Hancher, it's okay. This is a celebration. Ryan Murray. Good, how are you? Caleb Dickon. Your family's going to get crazy, right? Going to get crazy? Clay Timothy Kakowski. Joseph John Pabone. Liliana Angelica Sutkus. Aiden Graham Henry. Evan William Weary. Mackenzie Lorton. Kimberly Arissa Broden. Fabian Mayland. Maria Vitullo. Sydney Myers. Trevor Wallace McKim. Vidal Ajaho. Austin Hartley. Jeremy Drayton. Zachary Elks. Patrick Kimbler. Mason Harmer. Caleb Languish. Jack Chapelski. William James Herman IV. Drake Davis. Michael Smith. Zachary Thomas Wargo. Aiden Joshua Stanek. Chun-Chi Yang. Brody Armstrong. Michael Clark. Spencer Slavin. Riley Collins. Madison Dittmeyer. Taylor Marie Lewandowski. Kendall Lee Stewarts. Logan Paul Califoot. Gavin John Boone. Laura Marzina Bloomfield. Sophia Jurasic. Elizabeth K. Collins. Kylie Sulepa. Hannah Jean Fedrowski. Mary Kinnison. Catherine Denning. Brianne Cowan. Mackenzie Lynn Garisher. Luke Ward. Emma Ruth. Daniela Maria Chavetta. Shay Marin Doherty. Taylor Ann Kane with distinction. Brett Lavenhagen. Macy Bradfield. Delaney Marine Daum. Luke Hennessy. Thomas Bush. Grace Margaret Hamilton. Kyle Miller. Connor Edgeworth. Eliza Joyce Quigley. Zoe Markman. Rose Grau. Brendan Smith. Mason Vandiyat. Tanner Tyson. Isaac Anthony Henry. Jackson Amos Ward. Ashna Dorwal. Violet Sliwa. Ella Zapital. Bailey Marie Schneider. Carver J. Jungjohan. Luke James Smagas. Alexander Christian Eichmann. Trey Wagner. Benjamin Rudnicki. Ryan Errol Trush. Kobe Nathan Lundgren with distinction. William Thomas Hansel. Zachary Lieberfried. Benjamin Cusick. Bo William Jansen with University Honors. Megan Rose O'Neill. Ava Steebrol. Catherine Koba. Cameron Hopkins. Jet A. Chancham with distinction. Felix Mingus with highest distinction. Justin Rowe. Renee Leon Mahanis. Alex Walter Muggenberg. Kyla Donnelly. Casey Robert Dardanus. Abigail Johnson. William Thomas Klein. Lawson DeWert. Daniela Maria Palladino with University Honors and Highest Distinction. Luke Ramsey with University Honors and Highest Distinction. Joshua Patterson. Brady Stein. Aiden Judd. Cassidy McCollins. Emma Goff with Highest Distinction. Juliet Brewer. Caleb Bodine with Distinction. Eli Michael Hibma. Trevor Beckman. Andrew John Grip. Adeep Giri. Michaela Isabel Santoyo. Trevor Janes. Jacob Clace. Cade Houston Shield. Sarah Iriana Jane Andrews. William Michael Mathis. Madeline Marie Loken. Mallory Inga Drake with University Honors and Highest Distinction. And Darby Odnan. Anna Mae Kelly with Highest Distinction. Danielle Breen with high distinction. Paige Kunkel with highest distinction. Ella Lampy with distinction. Madison Ann Stager with university honors. Liliana Rickardson. Hannah Jo Grease. Jackson Wiley. Aiden Joseph Doherty. Elizabeth Grace Elfin. Teresa Mary Burt. Ella Joy Flatguard. Brooklyn Marie Garrett Nelson. Wayne Joseph. Jordan Nudd. Lucas Kroll with highest distinction. Tanner Dean Jacklich. Jacob Kazimierz Labria. Carson Jansen with high distinction. Peyton Eugene Drevenko. Lauren Maris with distinction. Ashley Seeger. Farhan Ahmed. Furquan Ahmed. Jack Gilmore. Jake Poston. Jay Matheson with highest distinction. Callie Zahn. Peyton Bonner. Jacob Stessman. Jackson Starr. Omar Salem. Grant Matthew Henderson. Mitchell Wilkes. Nathan Max Christensen with distinction. Eugene Young Kim. Noah Paul Ness. Logan Keller. Alan Roldan. Rena William James. Aaliyah Anne Marie Castro with distinction. The turning of the tassel is the traditional gesture by which each student signifies passage from degree candidate to graduate. Will each of you now mark your new status by turning the tassel of your cap from the right side to the left side? Members of the faculty, President Wilson, Dean Christoph Brown, I present to you the Tippie College of Business Class of 2025. We congratulate you all.
Congratulations. Congratulations, graduates. We're so proud to officially count you as Tippie College of Business alumni. You've sacrificed so much to get here, to earn your degree and accomplish this really meaningful goal. You've earned the right to rest and rejuvenate, but also the privilege to go and do great things in this world. With every action that you take, pursue excellence with urgency to make business, your community, and your relationships with others stronger and more meaningful because of your involvement. Henry Tippie did that for all of us here today, and I encourage you, maybe starting tomorrow, to find ways to make your positive impact in the world. We hope that in the years to come, you will stay engaged with us by attending alumni events, diving into our online resources. We do have a Tippie YouTube channel, podcasts, and webinars, all designed to bring you valuable industry insights and perspectives from some of your favorite Tippie professors. Your continued engagement with us as alumni through your time, talent, and treasure will help to keep this college great in the same way that alumni have supported you while you were here. Go out into the world and do amazing things, but never forget your roots here at the Tippie College of Business. Iowa alumni are everywhere. Find them, and you will always find a friend.
Now we will conclude today's commencement ceremony. I ask that everyone please remain seated for the recessional. The platform party will exit first, followed by the graduates.